Hi everyone, welcome to Studio Crete. My name is Denise and I'm coming to you live from Iraklio in Crete, next to our Eleftherio Venizelos statue here, which is a close resemblance to the one we have at our hall in Brunswick. The show explores Cretan arts and culture, and on today's episode, Kelly will be talking about Cretan dancing with some fun facts, and James will be talking about his experience as a dancer. Enjoy the show.
So the first thing I'd like to discuss is dancing. Dancing is a really big part of Cretan tradition and culture. There are 25 dances danced throughout the region of Crete. Obviously, there are some that are more well known than others. Those dances include Bedozali. Bedozali is a very well-known dance which originated in Kenya. Next we have Susta. Susta traditionally is a pair dance and is a bidikto. So a bidikto is just a dance that's more upbeat. You dance it on your toes. Malavizhoti also falls into the category of a bidikto, and that dance originated in Iraklio. And next we have Sigano. Sigano is the lead up into a bedozali. It can be danced on its own as well. Traditionally there are two steps, one leading into the other. And finally we have Sirto. So Sirto is danced differently depending on which state of Crete you're in. Slight variations between all of them. But I'd say that they're probably the 5 best known dances of Crete.
G'day guys, welcome to another episode of Studio Crete. My name is Manoli and I've got James Zumas with me today. How you going, James?
Yes, yeah, good, thanks, man. How are you?
Yeah, fantastic. Everyone knows you around the club, but for people watching at home who might not be familiar with you, do you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah, 100%. So I'm James Zumas. Been going non-stop as a dancer and or teacher since 2007, 2008, give or take, around about there.
But 2007 non-stop, that is probably the longest current run at the club. It's amazing.
It wouldn't be too far off if it isn't, to be fair. Yeah.
How did you kind of, maybe not get started with Cretan dancing, but how did you get into Cretan dancing?
Well, it came pretty naturally, to be honest. Like my grandfather, as well as yours, Manny, and many other members, and people involved in the Cretan community, and even Greek community in general, found these Greek social clubs as a way to reconnect to their roots, to reconnect to where they're from, the motherland. You've
had the opportunity to perform in heaps of different places, whether it's, antipodes or part of conventions. What have been your favorite Cretan dancing experiences?
Things that I can just kind of throw out like off the top of my head is performing in Crete.
Yeah, because you're talking about the 2013 World Cretan Convention where we all happened to be there at the same time together. It was so cool learning about it on the ground, and going to those kind of different information sessions was really fun.
It was, mad fun, to be fair, mad fun. And performing in many Battle of Cretes, as that a lot of members probably would have seen already. I don't tend to rewatch performances, but I rewatch those ones because of how moving it actually is.
Dancing has actually become a central point in so many different ways of connecting with the culture. You have dancing that is the showcase of commemorative events like the Battle of Crete dinner dances. You have dancing, which is a way for us to engage with Crete back in the motherland. It gave us the opportunity to perform for other Greeks. And dancing has helped us, share our experience with the community, whether it's at Antipodes. It's really an entry point into so many different aspects of the culture. It's really special.
100%. And the only thing I could add to that, because you pretty much covered it to a T, is that dancing, especially Cretan dancing, for us at least, allows self-expression.
How do you express yourself with Cretan dancing?
I'd say that it kind of depends on the song. It depends on the musician as well. And also depends on the day, what I may have felt, what I may have gone through. I may be in a massively cheery mood and I'll get up to like every, kind of penda that's going off chops, even though it's a battle dance or a Malavisiotti or what have you. Or I might want to just do a slow, like apocorona type of, dance, slow sertor.
Yeah.
And kind of just go through the motion, feel the music, feel that that heaviness,
Yeah.
and just express myself through that.
So the dancing isn't a cookie cutter thing. You don't express yourself the same way with the same dance, but it actually offers a lot of opportunity to express different emotions and maybe even connect with your own emotions depending on how you want to dance or how you want to feel. I know for myself, sometimes I might go to a function and you don't have the energy to talk to people, but by dancing, you can still connect with the group.
100%. And conversely, like you may not be in the mood where you want to like dance every dance, or you just may be in a little bit of mood where you just want to drink, chill, and talk to whoever's there.
Yep.
And then that one dance comes on where you're just like, I can't stop myself. I'm just hitting that dance floor. And you may even just do it like just a few planes around there and just be involved in it. Or you may just want to hit the front a little bit as well, just to express yourself and show that expression to everyone there.
With dancing as well, I know that our group has changed and evolved over time. How have you evolved as a dancer over time?
Yeah, it has changed a lot. I think I've progressed immensely as a dancer.
Yeah.
And what helped was my friends around me keeping pushing me, having a lot more Cretan things happen at the club, being involved in it, immersed in it a little bit more, not to the extent as if we would be in Crete.
Yeah.
But having someone like Denise liking it and Eleni coming in, being involved, just pushed me to that next level. And I just wanted to keep pushing myself.
You've touched on the idea that it's beyond one person. It's the ability to work and explore the art in a group, and also the ability to practice the art at different cultural events. And as we've seen the club grow, and as we've seen events, the number of Cretan events increase, I think we've also seen improvement or a refinement in Cretan dancing in Melbourne.
We've done well. I believe us as the Cretan Brotherhood and as Cretans in Melbourne and Australia, like things have lifted, to be fair, throughout, considering we're so far away.
And that point of other groups as well, the conventions have been such an important part of the dancing culture and seeing other groups. What have you liked seeing in the conventions over time?
Just the sense of camaraderie, the sense of togetherness, being able to spitball ideas, being able to go out and just be hand in hand with someone that there is no other way that you would have met them unless there was through that. Like through the conventions itself, I've got friends throughout Australia and New Zealand, to be fair.
It's just quite inspiring, I think, seeing other groups as well, because it makes you see different things and you see different groups take the dancing from a different perspective, and you come back from conventions or seeing those other groups with a sense of renewed pride and interest and curiosity about how we can change dancing. I know that a lot of the innovation from our group dancing tends to come before a big performance and in anticipation of seeing what other groups can present.
100%. And the funny thing is that we've got dancers that I dance with that have starting to bring their kids as well. So special shout out to John Kappa and Little Dim and everyone else in around that time period where they were involved in either by teaching or by dancing with myself. It's just amazing that cycle is continuing, and it just shows that if all goes well, the future's in good hands with the youth.
Yeah, for sure. I know that you yourself have taken on more of a role as a teacher as well as a dancer. Has that created a change in you?
Dancing and teaching are two different things. And being a teacher makes you excel as a dancer as well. And the reason it does that is because it makes you take a step back and it makes you see or be like, is this going to actually work? Like you're 3 steps ahead as a teacher. You make yourself understand And with my background in physiology and stuff, it makes you think, okay, what movement goes where? How is this going to work? How is this body type going to do it? Like, it made me grow as a dancer and as someone that wants to get into exercise physiology.
What do you like seeing in a Cretan dancer?
What I like seeing, someone that can listen to the music, can kind of read what's happening before it actually happens with regards to the music, knowing when and where to do a dalimi or to do a hit or to do a bit of quick footwork or to do a slow footwork. Being modest in their abilities is good on the outside, but being courageous to try new things as well as to push themselves to the limit. Not all of us can do a triple hit, but
I can't.
Neither.
Yeah.
Even in my like strongest and lightest days, I tried and like I missed it by that much. So
Yeah.
but there are other people that have that blessing where like their body type, their biomechanics allows them to do that.
Yeah.
But I believe the whole being able to think with your ear,
Yeah.
as well as your eyes, and be able to feel your body and your like your spatial awareness is what makes you a good dancer.
I really like how you've brought in the thinking of understanding your own body as well and thinking what you can and can't do or how you might need to do things differently, because each dancer is very unique and special. And by revealing those characteristics that make us the best versions of ourselves, we also become the best dancers that we can be.
If I may add on that,
Yeah.
like you can look at videos of, 60, 70-year-old men with a massive beer belly doing incredible stuff, but knowing their limitations at the same time.
I like the idea of a 70-year-old with a pot belly still dancing amazingly. Gives me hope for the future. Yeah, it gives us hope. I know that we had a bit of an experience with a Greek dance group back in 2016. I think it was the Viglatores actually came down and performed here in Melbourne, and they did some practice sessions with the dance group here at the Cretan Brotherhood. What was your experience like with the Viglatores, and did you maybe see any differences between a Greek style dancing group and an Australian based dancing group?
You can definitely see differences. Them being in Crete, they can obviously live it. They can be surrounded by it next to 24/7. Like there's dozens of radio stations that play just Cretan and great Cretan songs at that. So you can have that music and just on repeat. And that actually obviously trains the ear. But then you also have, especially during summer, as we know, almost every single night there are like 10 panagiria going on. So you have your choice throughout, a locale to go and be involved and to kind of do a bit of training whilst also being involved in these panagiria. But then what they do as well is they probably practice, several times a week, be it in their own group or, in smaller groups or in a larger array, a lot of teachers themselves, because there are a lot more groups, because it's their life. They turn it into their life. In respect to when they came and to how we were, like the differences and similarities, is that, to be fair, to be so many thousand kilometers away, and to only dance at a choro or a gledi like once every, let's say, blue moon, or every 3 months or what have you, and to only practice once to 3 times a week depending on what's coming up. We do bloody well. We do amazing. We are able to hold our own, and just seeing that made me pretty proud.
I was wondering as well, James, with all this in consideration, what does Cretan dancing mean to you?
What it means to me is next to everything, and I'm going to do my best to continue, if not at a performing capacity, be at a teaching capacity, or just to be there for someone when someone needs a little bit of help on the side, depending on how busy I am. But I will always put a little bit of time aside to be involved, not just at the club, but at dance practice.
That's awesome, James. We might bring this to a close. James, what's the most Cretan thing in your house?
Well, first and foremost, you know, you gotta cheers to everything, especially when you get a presentation or an assessment done. So this is for you and everyone else. Opa, got a headache too. So
We've got a shot glass, but cheers.
Viva.
Viva.
Next thing, it's not a dancing knife, but it's a knife in its own right. Nice Cretan one. So there's that as well. Some people may be able to remember it. That's what I used to cut my beard almost a year ago for the what do you call it, November.
Oh yeah, of course. Classic.
And one more thing that I was able to bring amongst everything else is my litter. So I won't show you the bow actually. I'll probably just keep it there.
Oh, it's beautiful, James. I love it.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's a I've had it since 2015.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, James, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you want to say to the audience before we let you go?
The best thing to do is, if you want to get into dancing, if you're not already involved, is to hit our Facebook pages up and just ask. It's never too early or too late to start. We've got people that range from like 3-4 years old, maybe even earlier, all the way up to, I don't know, at least 30, probably older, to be fair. So just be involved. Just do it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, James. Have a good night, and
Thanks,
it's been a pleasure having you on.
That was another episode of Studio Crete. If you'd like to find out more, make sure you follow us on Facebook, check out our YouTube channel and our website. Thanks for joining us on Studio Crete.